Judicious. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Judicious. Judicious. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. If you're judicious, you've got a good head on your shoulders, and make good decisions. 2. If you describe an action or decision as judicious, you approve of it because you think that it shows good judgment and sense. 3. Having or showing reason, and good judgment in making decisions. 4. Having, exercising, or characterized by sound judgment. 5. Done in a sensible and careful way. Examples. 1. You have to be very judicious about how you spend the taxpayers' money. 2. The President authorizes the judicious use of military force to protect our citizens. 3. Hence lots of proms repeats, but the judicious choices are all worth hearing again. 4. Judicious fertilizer management is also essential, on such soils to get sustainable yields. 5. Maybe Albie's bleeding heart, and social conscience have gotten a judicious jolt of realism. 6. He goes away at judicious intervals, on business, giving me a chance to miss him. 7. Maybe even more so, thanks to some judicious tweaking to the series since last season. 8. You really have to tone it down, and be very judicious in how you use it, Lou said. 9. 4 is closer to the mark, and Mr. Keynes, with judicious pruning, brings it home in 3. 10. Much of this is well written, comprehensive, and judicious, but it is still potted history. 11. From their judicious distance they watched in silence, with detached interest. 12. The key is single variety wines, labeled by grape name, and the judicious use of oak. Larcenous. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Larcenous. Larcenous. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Used to describe someone who takes something, that does not belong to them, without illegally entering a building to do so, or to describe something that relates to such a crime. 2. Having the character of, or constituting larceny. 3. Someone whose larcenous has a tendency to steal things. 4. Resembling theft, is often applied to legal actions that seem unfair. Examples. 1. Alan has concocted a larcenous scheme, designed to get his hands on JC's money. 2. No film that ties larcenous comedy to the home of hanging Chad can be all bad. 3. Obtain the essential feature, that is larcenous behavior secretly. 4. Wiener, you're a thief, a petty, cadging, sly, larcenous, pilfering, bloody thief. 5. A larcenous tendency restricted to shady operators and others of that ilk. 6. The spiritual setting has not always stymied the occasional larcenous impulse. 7. There it is susceptible to vandalism, weather, and larcenous souvenir seekers. 8. The accommodations were often rough, the food mediocre and the mechanics larcenous. 9. No one stands in those infuriating lines, and pays those larcenous fees because they choose to. 10. While a few clever or larcenous souls may escape taxes, the other inevitability bears down. 11. Very curious, though rather larcenous, observed the young man, laughing. 12. Too bad that the police will call it breaking, and entering with larcenous intent. Lascivious. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Lascivious. Lascivious. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. If you describe someone as lascivious, you disapprove of them because they show a very strong interest in sex. 2. Expressing a strong desire for sexual activity. 3. Showing strong sexual desire, or making someone feel this way. Examples. 1. He was criticized for making lascivious remarks, that offended many in the group. 2. Womack was jailed on 3 counts of lewd, and lascivious behavior. 3. Philip always was a flirt, and the Queen used to joke about his lascivious nature. 4. But Psycho went a step further, into the male gaze at its most lascivious and predatory. 5. But the old Bolshoi suggestion of lascivious abandon here is replaced by polite eagerness. 6. The tableau made Biden look more lascivious than lovable, more creepy than convivial. 7. The album isn't just focused on lascivious promises of sex, it's focused on strip club sex. 8. Before then, the lascivious character of his songs was a reflection of the real Prince. 9. In exchange, prosecutors dropped an original charge of lascivious acts with a child. 10. He originally was charged with lascivious acts, with a child and indecent contact with a child. 11. While slightly lascivious, Bublé's photo wasn't lewd, and neither was his caption. 12. He is charged with lewd and lascivious conduct, and online solicitation of a lecherous. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Lecherous. Lecherous. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. To be lecherous is to be full of strong sexual desire, and to act on it, usually in an unpleasant way. 2. A lecherous man shows his sexual desire for women in a way that is unpleasant or annoying. 3. If you describe someone as, you disapprove of them because they behave in a way that shows they are only interested in other people sexually. 4. Showing a strong sexual interest in someone. Examples. 1. The lecherous turtle, being nearsighted, keeps making passes at plastic hard hats. 2. He was as lecherous as always, telling rude jokes and trying to kiss all the girls. 3. Her driving instructor was a disgusting lecherous old devil, always touching her knee. 4. When I take a bath, I certainly don't want 100 lecherous strangers staring at me. 5. He was so randy and so lecherous, he could not be content with just a 7. 6. I played the lecherous professor, who was courting multiple females. 7. Name the types of noises your lecherous Frenchman finds hilarious. 8. She squealed like a tabby cat, beneath the lecherous neighborhood Tom. 9. I am a good guy. Then who is the most lecherous emperor in the history? 10. She ignored his lecherous gaze, and scanned the sea of faces for Stephen. 11. The one melodious tune is sung by the drunken, lecherous boss, repellently. 12. She ignored his lecherous gaze, and scanned the sea of faces for Stephen. Libelous. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Libelous. Libelous. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. If a statement in a book, newspaper, or magazine is libelous, it wrongly accuses someone of something, and is therefore against the law. 2. A piece of writing that is libelous contains bad, and false statements about a person. 3. Containing, constituting, or involving a libel, maliciously defamatory. 4. Harmful and often untrue, tending to discredit or malign. Examples. 1. While intended as a libelous description, Adams's choice of words was literally correct. 2. In the Post, publisher John Newton linked the allegedly libelous articles. 3. McMullen said the ad was inaccurate and libelous and has taken legal action over it. 4. The company has denied that the article was libelous, Reuters reported. 5. However, if your feelings happen to be seen as libelous, you might now have a problem. 6. The protest against this libelous phrase will continue, until it stops appearing in the media. 7. And U.S. law about what is libelous is, very much more restrictive than English law is. 8. This story is totally false and deliberately libelous, Manafort said in a statement. 9. But I have a right to resent, to object to libelous statements about my dog. 10. A broadcast on Fox News last October is described as containing libelous statements. 11. Brent Bryson, a lawyer for King's estate, has called the claims defamatory and libelous. 12. California case and noting that there's already precedent for unmasking libelous commenters.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.